Sunday, December 15th,
Right.
1996.
Right.
Police arrested Joe Metheny for assault earlier that month. They expected him to put up a fight. The 6'1", 450-pound lumber worker apparently had a tendency to fly off the handle. At the very least, they expected some resistance. What they didn't expect to hear was a detailed and upfront confession, the brutality of which shocked the police, especially when Metheny added, "I'm a very sick person." In his confession, Metheny described to police exactly what he did to his victims. However, these victims just served as a substitute for his one intended victim, his runaway girlfriend. Then, Metheny confessed to his most disturbing crimes. Not only did he eat his victims, but he served them to other unknowing people as well.
That makes you question other people's cooking and other people's Because I've been eating Chipotle for a long time. And if I found out I'm eating body parts off people, every time I see a Chipotle employee, I'm throwing hands. Hey, look what I found. So, my PlayStation 4 is so dirty and dusty. But it's just been sitting in the closet, right? Just collecting dirt. But look what I found in the disc player. Hey, let's go. I'm trying to play it, but it's making a weird noise. So as soon as I figure out what that is, he looks disgusting. As soon as I figure out what that is, it's on and pop it. Jesus Christ. Look at it, he got bags for days.
Joe Metheny had always been rough. He endured a childhood of neglect with an absent alcoholic father and a mother forced to work shifts to...
So you gotta take out all your shits on everybody else because your ass got problems? That's crazy.
...support her 6 children. And they lived near Baltimore. Now, many other details are known about his younger years.
6 children? So he has other brothers and sisters? Or he could only have sisters or brothers. He got other siblings. And he be eating people. If I find out one of my siblings is, or a family member, or anybody that I love, no matter how long I've known you, if I find out you eating people, I'm disowning you. Divorce papers. I'm signing divorce papers. Right then and there.
But his mother says that he joined the Army in 1973 when he was 19.
Right.
They lost touch after that. She said he just kept drifting further and further away, and she thinks the worst came out of him when he started using drugs.
Oh, jeez.
She said it's a sad, sad story. Upon leaving the Army, Metheny worked blue-collar jobs in the lumber yards and as a truck driver. Then came the incident that sparked his desire for revenge. In 1994, Joe Metheny was living with his girlfriend and their 6-year-old son in South Baltimore. As a truck driver, he was on the road for long stints at a time. One day, he came home to find his girlfriend gone, alone with their child. Like Metheny, she had a drug addiction, and Joe believed she left with another man and took to living on the streets with him. He flew into a rage.
You believe that, but you don't know if it's actually true. Yo, the people that be thinking the most about somebody, but it's not actually true, they just assume it, and then they start going crazy. Get off this planet.
He spent days looking for them. checking halfway houses, and even under a certain bridge where she was known to buy drugs and do drugs.
What's the halfway?
Under the bridge, he didn't find his wife, but two homeless men that he believed knew her. When they gave no indication that they knew where she was, he killed both of them with an axe.
Jesus.
Immediately afterward, Metheny allegedly noticed a fisherman nearby who could have seen what happened. Just in case he had, Metheny killed him too. Some people deem that these first three killings were a crime of passion.
So, what would you do? What would he have done if he killed, his girl and the other person, right? And then he turned around and it was like 10 people behind him. There were like 10, 15 people behind him. Was he going to kill all of them too? Not by chance. I don't know how the hell he's going to do that.
Though he later developed a taste for murder in humans.
Child.
As soon as he realized what he'd done, Metheny panicked and tossed the bodies into the river to hide the evidence. He did get some closure on his son's whereabouts, saying that he found him about 6 months later because she had moved on the other side of town and she was with some dude. Police arrested Metheny for the murders of 2 men under the bridge.
Okay. I don't understand people that eat other people. I don't understand cannibalism. Like, how does that even, I don't understand. Like, do you get I don't understand that. Where does the urge to eat somebody else, where does that come from? Like, do you taste your own skin? Like, like, are you taking chunks out of yourself? Like, where does that come from? Because I've been eating animals all my life. I never not once thought about eating another person. Like, where does that come from? Where does that come from? How does that formulate in your head? Like what?
He spent a year and a half in the county jail awaiting trial.
That's it?
However, he was acquitted of any charges, as he dumped their bodies in a nearby river and investigators could not find them. Without physical evidence tying him to the crimes, Joe Metheny went free.
Nice.
He resumed his original quest of seeking out his missing wife and child. But this time, something was different. Though he had spent a year and a half awaiting his trial, jail time had clearly done nothing to slow Joe Metheny down. Shortly after being released, Metheny murdered 2 sex workers when they failed to provide him with information on his missing girlfriend. This time, however, he had a better idea for disposing of their bodies. Instead of tossing them in a river, Metheny brought the bodies home. There he dismembered them and stored the meatiest parts of them in his Tupperware containers. And what didn't fit in his freezer, he buried in a truck lot owned by a pallet company he worked for. It seemed that he was murdering people for sport now, as much as he was for revenge. Over the next several weekends, he mixed the people that he killed with pork, forming into neat little patties. He would sell these meat patties out of small barbecue stands that he opened on the side of the road.
Oh my God!
At this time, his customers would consume this.
So, that's disturbing. That is so disturbing. My guy. Maybe all right, what's the title of this? The Real Life Burger King. Oh, okay. I get it. Oh, Jesus. Go back. Because why would anybody... I definitely...
Murdering people for sport now, as much as he was for revenge. Over the next several weekends, he mixed the people that he killed with pork, forming into neat little patties. He would sell these meat patties out of small barbecue stands that he opened on the side of the road.
Small barbecue stands on the side of the road? That is so random. I'm not doing that. Granted, I don't eat pork anymore, but when I did, it was clucking awesome. Right? It was good. I still remember what it tastes like. But I'm not, that's like on the side of the, saying on the side of the road for anything is sus.
During this time, his customers would consume bits of humans. They became unwitting hiding spots for bodies of Methany's victims. Whenever he needed more special meat, Metheny would simply venture out and find another sex worker or anybody that he seen was worth nothing. He later told police that...
So the meat that you get, the animal meat, that's not good enough for you. Just whole ass people. That's crazy.
He received no complaints on the meat tasting funny.
Oh yeah?
In fact, no one seemed to notice that his burgers had a little something extra in them. He said the human body tastes similar to pork. Mix it together. No one can tell the difference, so the next time you're riding down the road and you happen to see an open pit beef stand that you've never seen before, make sure you think about this story before you take a bite of the sandwich. Joe Metheny was finally caught in 1996 when a would-be victim named Rita Kemper managed to escape his clutches and ran straight to the police. During his interrogation, Metheny willingly just offered up a confession. He gave details about each of his murders, even mentioning the murder of a fisherman from several years before. According to his confession, he killed 10 people, and authorities say there's no reason to believe he would have stopped there had they not captured him. Eventually, a jury found him guilty and sentenced Metheny to death. However, a judge overturned his verdict in 2000 and changed it to 2 consecutive life sentences. The words "I'm sorry" would never come out, for they would be a lie. I am more than willing to give up the life for what I have done, to have God judge me and send me to hell for eternity. I just enjoyed it, he said at his trial. The only thing I feel bad about in any of this is I didn't get to murder those 2 people I was really after. And that's my ex-old lady and the bastard she got hooked up with. In 2017, guards found Metheny unresponsive in his cell at the Western Correctional Institution in Cumberland at about 3 p.m. They pronounced him dead shortly afterward, thus ending his horrifying saga. This is the story of Joe Metheny, the real-life Burger King.
You know, there's probably, I would have sent him, if I was, you know, the one upstairs, or like, not God, but like one of his peoples, I would have sent him to a planet where they do stuff like that. So he could have the time of his life, so he could be happy. Because get him the hell off of this planet. Gattor Files. Yeah, I think that's what I would have done. I would have just sent like all kinds of bad people, sus people, cluck people to like very specific worlds and planets where they do that. I'm gonna send you to I'm gonna send you to a planet that's filled with other pedophiles. I'm gonna send you to a planet that's filled with people that like to I don't know how to. I mean, I said kill other people, right? You know, if you want to cut people off all the time while you driving, I'm gonna go ahead and send you where they do that at on another planet. You know, if you like to eat people, I'm gonna go ahead and send you to another planet where they do that at. You know. Cause that's Jesus. And I think part of it has to do, a lot of it actually has to, the way he is, has to do with like his parents. They didn't give a damn about him. And I think that's where it mostly lies at. Because if he had attention, love, affection, if people that actually cared about him, I don't think he would have done this. I don't know. Because it seemed like he was just always destined to be doing some crazy ass shit. But a little love, a little affection never hurt nobody, you know? Instead of just being hurtful and neglectful and it's just disgust. I don't know, either love and affection and care would have helped from his parents, but then again, he randomly decided to eat people. So it's, I don't know. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy. My family.